Welcome to the City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Interesting day. I'm working out of the Seaside studio. My kids got a two-family home across the street from the studio. Worked on that over the weekend. Got the exterminator getting ready for Airbnb rentals coming in. And there's two-car garage, so I get to work on my cars. I washed a couple of them over the weekend. Worked on a few. Forgot I had one running for a couple of hours. But I got that done. Today I go in the studio. And the studio, there's things all over the place. There's disarray. We had two raccoons in the studio. Now, we've been trapping these raccoons for a while. They have not been successful. There was no doubt they were in there. They were unplugging things. They're taking everything off the desk and knocking things around. I'm writing the show, and all of a sudden I hear this. I thought it was on the radio. I look to the right, and there's two big raccoons looking at me. It's what we don't see in Jersey City. Opened all the doors. Eventually, the two of them walked out. I closed all the doors. Seaside Animal Control was on the scene. You see some pictures there of the raccoons. Hopefully, they release them into the wild, anywhere far from me, please. They were up in the ceiling. We knew there was something going on up here, but we didn't know they were raccoons. They were saying, maybe a cat. Yeah, a cat might. Mayor Phillip, my buddy, the mayor of Jersey City. I can't recall Mayor Phillip getting more publicity out of one topic than he has out of off-duty cops and weed. He is the voice and the face of the whole argument. No matter where you turn, whatever publication, whatever news story it is, Mayor Phillip is in it. You know, Jimmy Davis supported it. You know, Al Santos and Connie, the mayor, the sheriff of Ocean County, many other mayors. Always Phillip. I've been harassing him for the last. Every time there's a story about it, as soon as I see weed and off-duty cops, I know Phillip's in the story somewhere. I'll text it over to him. Here you go again, buddy. Guess what? But I'll give you 3 guesses, but you'll only need 1. Nobody has got more pub out of this. Sunday, 7:30 in the morning, WPIX, Mayor Phillip talking about off-duty cops and weed. For that matter, up on our website and on YouTube and live stream is one of our meetings with the mayor. We were doing them prior to COVID, and then COVID came. So we picked it back up, and we just did one with Mayor Phillip. And the topics are, I'll give you 3 guesses, but you only need 1, weed and off-duty cops, and the Jersey City school budget. Take a moment, watch that show, because you get a lot of info out of that. Don't forget everything on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to us on YouTube, love us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget, live stream is our base streaming network. Free to download the app, and all the programming's free. There's more to it on a live stream than just us. Let's break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back. City Show here. You there? Remember, City Show? We try to entertain you, educate you a little bit, be informative. Like I said, watch that meeting with the mayor. And live stream. I got to stop saying live stream. Vimeo bought live stream, so it's now Vimeo. But the app is free, and all the programming, we archive all our programming on Vimeo, and there's a ton of other programming, so download the app. Last week, I was dragged into a debate. There were 2 debates in the city of Bayonne. One was on Tuesday, the 26th, and another one on April the 28th. The one on April the 28th I was producing. We got dragged into this debacle of a April 26th debate that I'll go into. I had absolutely nothing to do with the April 26th debate. Not a thing, but I was dragged into it. Apparently, so was Mayor Jimmy Davis, who had said steadfastly he never agreed to attend, nor did he ever reply to an email that was sent to his campaign manager. He never replied. He wasn't doing it, and he had a good reason. One, we started booking our debate on February the 19th or the 18th. February 19th, it looks like. On the February 19th, we booked with Jimmy Davis and Sharon. Sent the information. Jimmy gives the thumb up. Sharon sent me a reply back. I'll give it to Rain, who was our campaign manager, and off we go. Jimmy never agreed. And the thing is, on that Tuesday debate, the organizer of that debate knew damn well Jimmy wasn't coming. And they knew it going in for probably a couple of 3 weeks or so. Now, I don't know who, kind of, I don't want to say it's like a conspiracy thing here. I'm not sure who was all involved in this debate. You know, I know I produced John Highness's television show, Hudson County View Live. John was the moderator. He was involved in organizing it, but he wasn't doing it by himself. And I'm not sure when everybody realized Mayor Davis wasn't coming. One of the problems, I know I'm going to say this again in this story, nobody has produced more debates in Hudson County than me. Since 2000 or so, starting with Mayor Cunningham and Tom DeGeese in 2000 or 2001, I guess. Probably the best debate of all was Cunningham, DeGeese, first time around. Forget the runoff. Since then, I have lots of debates in mayoral, council, senatorial, mayors. We just did 10 debates, live televised debates in the last election cycle going into November. We did 8 in Jersey City, all the ward council, at large, and the mayor. And we did 2 for Hoboken, all at large. And they had like 10 people running at large, so we kind of split that. We did a lot of debates. I do debates whenever the opportunity is there. I think it's important from a civic standpoint that if you have the ability to put on the debate, you should put on the debate, but do a quality job. The debate that was done on April the 26th was absolutely awful. There was, I would say it had bad production values, but that would be, complimenting it. There were no production values. It was terrible. It was, and the more I look at it and the more we hear and we talk, it looks like that debate, whole sole purpose was to poison the water for the April 28th televised debate, which had all the production values you can want. And we did the debate. Sharon and Dr. Brown decided not to attend. We'll get into that. Jimmy Davis, the mayor of Bayonne, did attend, and he handled all the questions from one of the most prestigious Hudson County reporters that we've had after Pete Weiss, I guess, is Al Sullivan. Al's been doing this for a long, long time. I've known Al, I guess, 25 years or so. Great guy. He manages to get mud thrown on him by Sharon and Dr. Brown. I started booking this on February the 19th. We'll show you the tweet, the texts from me to Jimmy Davis and me to Sharon and their replies. And Sharon is, okay, I'll give it to my scheduler, Rain, blah, blah, blah. And we didn't get in touch with Dr. Brown. We had to track him down a little bit. I actually tracked him down at the Bayonne Medical Center. Somewhere around the middle of March, I think, or in the later part of March. And he was, as soon as we got him in, got in contact with him, he's in. And after February the 19th, what I would do every couple of 3 weeks or so, as we got closer, I would send out reminders, save the date kind of thing, reminder, April the 28th, closed set, you only bring a couple of people with you. And I must have sent out about 3 or 4 of these. I'm sure we're showing you these texts now. It was not like nobody knew this debate. And what is sad here, around April the 14th, everything was fine. Again, every couple of weeks I sent the reminders out. April the 14th, Sharon gets back, and now she's saying she knows nobody knows anything about this. We're showing the text. Our schedulers, our people, nobody knows about this. That stopped when I sent Sharon her own text that she's replying back to me. I'll give this to her, I'll schedule her, blah, blah, blah. And then there were like 4 or 5 follow-up reminders with Sharon for the April the 28th. And I'm using her cell phone, and I'm sending the text, and I know she's getting them because Sharon would guest on Hudson County View Live I think it was on the 7th. Now, we have to do some tests. We send out an interview link, because she's doing it remotely in this case. So we send out the Vimeo link, and we test it, and we make sure the audio and the video is good, because we try to do production. We try to do a good production. Again, I'm sure we're going to show you the April 26th debate. Horrible, horrible. They didn't even hire a camera person. They just had somebody there with a cell phone. If you're going to have 3 candidates, a moderator, and audience participation, you're going to need a lot more than a cell phone. Just having Jimmy in the studio, Mayor Davis in the studio with us that day, we had 4 cameras rolling. And that was just Mayor Davis and Al Sullivan. So Sharon is guesting on the 7th with John Hines. And we're using the same text. I'm texting back and forth, the exact same text number that I've been sending a reminder. So to use the excuses, we didn't know, nobody knew, was BS. Simple as that. What they forgot is that I had the text messages and the reminders going to the same text number that I'm now texting with Sharon on the 7th to make sure we got everything set up for the Vimeo remote. All right, let me break for commercial. I'll pick this up on the flip side. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here. We're talking about the Bayonne mayoral debate. There was one, again, we started on February 19th. I don't know when this February 26th debate was, but I guarantee you it was far after February the 19th. For that matter, I'm sure we could just find out when the permit was filed for. And I had spoken to John Hines after this, what happened, so I got most of the crux of this. Again, I firmly believe the April 26th debate was to poison the April 28th debate. And there's a few opinions I have on that. Well, like I said, Sharon was saying she had no idea. Obviously, she had all the ideas. She knew about the debate. She had numerous reminders. She's replying. Dr. Brown, as soon as he got contacted, he's, yes, thank you, I'll be there. And again, I'm sending out these reminders every couple of weeks ago. I sent them to Mayor Davis, sent them to Sharon, I sent them to Dr. Brown. Now, the Tuesday debate, I had like 30 people in the audience. There's no redeeming value to this because the production values were so horrible. I mean, it was absolutely awful because they didn't care. That was not the idea of the April 26th debate, was to inform the people of Bayonne, because if they did, they would have put some effort into it. There was zero effort put into that. Now, there's a couple of things you can look at. Well, first off, there was no production people there. John Hines knows nothing about putting on a production, television production, or even a streaming production, as evident. When you don't hire any personnel or camera people, obviously you're not putting any effort into this. Why? Because you realize, well, I realize that this was pretty much just a setup. Probably, once they realized Mayor Davis was not coming because he's already booked for a debate 2 days later, maybe that's why. I'm going to give John Hines and everybody the benefit of doubt. Like I said, when you don't even hire a cameraman, you're gonna stream this debate. You don't hire a camera person. You got somebody with a cell phone going back and forth, swinging back and forth. It was like somebody was spray painting the way the camera, and it's awful, awful, awful video. And like I said, look at any debate. I don't care if you go back into the 2000s when we were putting them on at the Lowe's Theater. Even then, my production value was head and shoulders above anything. You can't even make a comparison to the production values of that awful debate on the 26th of April, which was really a disservice. Then, to cover their tracks, Sharon and the good Dr. Brown do a joint press release saying why they're not coming. will show the press release. They're alluding to, or inferring, I guess I should say, that Al Sullivan, the moderator, is doing this under some sort of a pretense. For that matter, Dr. Brown, actually, I think you've seen in one of the texts that he said the April 28th would be a home turf to Mayor Davis. You know, again, you're diminishing the reputation and the integrity of Al Sullivan, who is beyond reproach. These two send out a press release saying that the April 28th debate, moderated by Al Sullivan, beyond reproach, Al Sullivan, was under a pretense, and it was a backroom deal that Al obviously made. But the thing is, they knew about the debate. This is like their fifth excuse as to why they're not at the debate. You know, oh, I'm insulted that Jimmy Davis didn't attend the April 26th debate. Well, you knew that. You knew that probably a month in. You probably knew that the day it was broached, that Jimmy Davis wasn't coming because, first off, he was booked for some holiday events, plus he already booked on Thursday the 28th for a debate, where he knew there would be production value because we just came off 10 debates. Attacking Al Sullivan was pure BS. Al is above reproach. But this is how Sharon, and listen, at this point, I'm thinking Dr. Brown might even be working with her, in my opinion, especially with the joint press release, to attack Al Sullivan and kind of infer that, you know, he's working with Jimmy Davis or this debate isn't on the up and up because Al's in some cahoots here is pure BS. Again, this is, you know, I don't know what number excuse this is by Sharon. You know, at least Jimmy Davis kept his word. More than I can say for Sharon and Dr. Brown. And you can see in the text, you know, they were well aware of this 28th and numerous reminders. And not only do you have quality production, you can see Jimmy Davis and Al Sullivan. You can see it, you can hear it. You know, it's good quality work. We're also going to air that debate on Optimum Cable in Bayonne, going up probably to May the 9th. So you got to question the strategy because both of the candidates, Sharon and Dr. Brown, knew we were going to stream this, archive it on all our streaming platforms, plus air it on Optimum Cable. So what kind of strategy is this not to attend a debate of that magnitude? So we really have to question Sharon and to some extent Dr. Brown. Again, I'm starting to think they were working together, in my opinion. Of all the debates I have produced over the years, I've never once had the challenger not show up. Now, there's been times the incumbent is like, listen, I am so far ahead in the polls. There's no way I got to debate with these challengers. Never did I see a challenger not attend. You're getting the golden opportunity to go to face with the incumbent. You have, and now with April the 28th being the only shot they had, the only golden opportunity. If you're so damn insulted, here was your shot to go face to face with Jimmy Davis, and both of them elected not to, probably under the same orders from the campaign. That was a tremendous opportunity passed. And you got to really question the resolve of Sharon, at least. Does she really want to be the mayor? When you pass up an opportunity, who you've been chomping at the bit, allegedly, supposedly, to go face to face with the incumbent, Mayor Jimmy Davis, and you pass it up, you know, after excuse after excuse after excuse. That's bad. That's bad strategy to try to win a campaign. And it's truly a disservice to the people of Bayonne, who were deprived of the opportunity to see all three candidates. And really, are there three candidates? Probably more just two candidates. But the people of Bayonne were deprived of that for whatever reasons they want to come up with. I'm sure they're still coming up with reasons as to why they didn't attend April the 28th. You, the people of Bayonne, have got to make a decision, starting with the early voting and, of course, Election Day on May 10th. Who do you want to be as the mayor? You can just go by, you know, the word. And if a candidate can't keep their word, Mayor Davis did. Sharon and the good doctor didn't, and nor were they honest about it either. Keep that in mind on May the 10th. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
We're back. City Show here. Pat O'Melia, you there? I got my coffee. Don't forget to vote on May 10th. And if you're doing the early voting, make sure you get your vote in. And look at the debate. You know, we'll put the link up there. We'll show you clips of it, some of the stills, I guess, from the April 28th. Jimmy Davis answers all the questions from Al Sullivan, who was covered Bayonne for like 30 years. All right, let's go to something else. In the Jersey Journal last week, there was an op-ed concerning affordable housing in Jersey City and the lack thereof. Here's the problem. That op-ed is placing all the burden for affordable housing on the private sector. Now, if the private sector developer is going to the city asking for an abatement, a 15, 20, 30-year abatement, and then you have to sit there and deal with the city. The city can ask for a few things. If they're going to the city for numerous variances, the city's got the right to ask for a few things, in this case, affordable housing. If the developer is looking for an unreasonable request for density, the city has the right to request that some of these units be affordable. But lack of that, why would we mandate the private sector have to create affordable housing? This is the United States. This is a capitalistic society. If you can build it without the help of the municipality, go build it. Then the municipality has no right to tell you how many affordable units should be in your house. It is no different if you are building a three-family home and the city comes in and says, well, you're building a three-family? I want that top floor to be affordable. On what grounds is that? Because there's a lack of affordable housing? Let me tell you about the problem with affordable housing. What's going on in Jersey City, and we're just building and building. I've done this piece on the City Show quite a bit, where we certainly are not going to have any room for kids in the schools. When we're building, every week we're putting out, 2,000 units of housing. And even if half of those units had a kid, that's one school, every one of those 2,000 units of housing at least. We don't have any attempt at affordability. Jersey City is creating exactly what people are escaping, particularly from New York City, in Jersey City. What these people are escaping is exactly what we're creating here now. It's the same thing. High rents, because Jersey City's just not affordable. You look at the school taxes. That's not affordable when they're jacking up your taxes $2,400 a year. That's just the school. You got crowded streets. We try to accommodate the minority interest in Jersey City. Oh, we need bike lanes. You and I ride in Jersey City all the time. Actually, we ride all through Hudson County. You see a lot of people on bikes that we're putting in this bike infrastructure. They're putting some clown floating bus stop on Newark Avenue by the cemetery. You're not making anything safer with that. Like I said this morning, I was exceptional. I was able to bike up and down Newark Avenue, and when I got into a car, I drove up and down Newark Avenue without any problem. But we want to keep squeezing vehicle traffic. We got bad mass transit. New York City has bad mass transit now, and their bad is better than anything we have because we don't have subways in Jersey City. We don't even have buses anymore. You know, there was a time in Jersey City when people actually worked in Jersey City. There was a bus on every main street. Central, Garfield Avenue, Montgomery, Bergen Avenue, Kennedy Boulevard. Every main street had its own bus. All gone. Thank you, New Jersey Transit. You ran them all out of business because New Jersey Transit has zero respect for money because they don't have to. They'll just get it out of you. You know, overcrowded schools. You know, all this is what Jersey City is turning into. And there is no affordability here in Jersey City, nor will they be unless we can get a handle on expenses. But to put the burden on affordable housing on private sector is wrong. Affordable housing has to come from the feds, the state, the county, and the city. Taxing the rich. Oh, here we go. I'm the spokesperson for the rich. It is amazing how fast. Now, Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion. That is an amazing amount of money. You realize he's still the richest guy in the world, even after $44 billion? That's if it's a straight cash sale. There's probably a stock deal in there. As soon as that happened, everybody in Congress says, oh, tax the rich. We got to tax them more. Why? Because they're successful? Yeah, I'm a hundredaire. I'm no millionaire. Those people who have become successful, you know, they went to school, they earned a trade, and in Elon's case, he created Tesla and SpaceX. He earned the money. He created it. Why should he be taxed? Why should he be penalized because he's successful? Why should your children, who you put through school to become a doctor, an attorney, you know, a plumber, you know, whatever high-earning position or job, why should your kids be penalized? Because they went out and they made the effort. They went out and got the education. They got the sheepskin. They got the degree. Or they got the trade. They learned how to weld or do plumbing, and they have a successful life now. They got a home, maybe another home down the shore. They've done well. Because of their success, they should be taxed to help people who didn't apply themselves like that. That's just not America. That's not. We should be celebrating these people who are successful because SpaceX, Tesla, well, Tesla is, you know, it's the shining star of the environmental people. You know, SpaceX is doing a great job. You know, I guess I'm a fan of Elon Musk. You know, I appreciate his business savvy. Same thing with Bezos. Why should Bezos, with Amazon, be treated differently because he's successful? Hey, this guy started working out of his garage. A little bell would go off when he sold a book. The guy made it. I don't think it's right that if you're successful, we should tax you. And this is from a guy who has no money. Weed trucks in New York City. That's what we need in Jersey City. Weed trucks. They must be like Mr. Softy. Can you imagine a weed truck pulling up your block? They probably have some weed song, some marijuana kind of song, goes off, and everybody goes running to the truck, just like kids would run to the Mr. Softy. These people would run to the weed truck. As soon as I seen that story, it was in the New York Post. I tweeted that to a few mayors. Said, that's what you need in town, a weed truck. And last but not least, North Bergen. The township of North Bergen purchased St. Rocco's Bingo Hall. There's a brick building right alongside of Town Hall. And they're going to make it a health department. They're going to prepare again if we ever have a pandemic. And they have some other municipal office space in there. Immediately, the park people are saying, make it a school, make it a school. Not every building could be made into a school. And on the other side of the coin is, I would keep the kids, the pre-K kids, in the park in Braddock Park. If I was a kid, 5 years old, where would I want to go to school? On Kennedy Boulevard or in a beautiful park? I'm out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.